In the mountain villages of Pontus, families gathered at dawn to prepare sarmades, vine leaves stuffed with rice, herbs, onions, and sometimes minced meat. The aroma of dill, mint, and lemon filled the kitchen as grandmothers rolled each parcel with care. For Pontic Greeks, sarmades were more than food. They were a symbol of home, passed down through generations. Each bite carried the memory of harvests, weddings, and the shared warmth of long tables. When the pot simmered gently, the leaves turned soft and emerald green. The first serving was always offered to elders, honoring their wisdom and the story of a people who kept their traditions alive through taste. Pontic sarmades are a story of culture, family, and the comforting ritual of cooking together. Pontic sarmades come from the Pontus region on the southern coast of the Black Sea, in what is now northeastern Turkey. Pontians are called the Greeks who originate from the region of Pontus, that is the southern shores of the Euxine Pontus, in northeastern Asia Minor, as well as from the Caucasus region. They call themselves Romid. The presence of Greeks in the Pontus region dates from antiquity until modern times, when the majority of them, the Christian Pontians, were moved to Greece, with the population exchange that followed the 1922 Asia Minor catastrophe and the genocide of the Pontic Greeks carried out by the Young Turks in 1919. Those Pontians who had emigrated to the Russian Empire or had fled to the USSR, after a short period of prosperity followed by persecutions, were forced to relocate to Greece after the collapse of the Union. Most Pontians spoke, and it is still spoken by a significant portion of them, the Pontic dialect. An exception were, until the population exchange of 1923, the Turkish-speaking Pontians of the Bafra region. Although it preserves elements of the ancient Ionian dialect of Miletus, which date back to the time of Homer, this dialect comes from the Hellenistic era. In its 2,600 years of life, the Pontic dialect, beyond the influences of the Hellenistic Koine and medieval Common Greek, received influences from the vocabulary of the Genos and Venetians of Trebizond, the Persians, the Georgians, and the Turks. However, these foreign words were Hellenized and incorporated into the inflectional system of the Greek language. The history of Hellenism in the Asia Minor Pontus officially begins with the founding of Sinope on the northern shores of Asia Minor by Ionian seafarers around 800 BC. From Sinope settlers founded other cities. The most important of these was Trebizond, c. 783 BC, citation needed. According to one view, modern Pontians are descendants of those ancient Greeks who once lived in the area. The period after the Ottoman conquest, mainly the 18th and 19th centuries, is marked by migration flows to southern Russia and the Caucasus, where large Pontic communities formed. In his work Fragments from the East, 1845, Jacob Philip Farmerea describes his encounters with Christian, Greek-speaking Pontians he met while traveling the Euxine Pontus. He characterizes them as Byzantine Greeks, calls their language the Greek of Matuka, and describes them as Greek speakers who venerate Panagia Sumala. Main article, Genocide of the Greeks of Pontus. The term Genocide of the Greeks of Pontus, English, Pontic Greek Genocide, denotes the systematic extermination of the Greeks of Pontus by the Young Turk government during 1914 to 1923. This extermination was carried out, approximately, ambiguous, in parallel with and in imitation of the Armenian Genocide, during World War I and up to the population exchange of 1923. About 353,000 Pontians were lost, many during forced marches into the arid regions of Anatolia and Syria. Today Pontians themselves, and the Greek state, refer to these events as the genocide of the Pontians and commemorate it each year on the 19th of May. The genocide of the Pontians is officially recognized as such by 4 states: Greece, by Law N.2193 1994, Sweden, Parliamentary Resolution of the 11th of March, 2010, Armenia, March 2015, together with recognition of the Assyrian genocide, and the Netherlands, together with recognition of the Armenian and Assyrian genocides, on the 9th of April, 2015. The Turkish state, however, continues to categorically deny that a genocide took place, attributing the deaths instead to wartime collateral losses, famine resulting from the Russian invasion of northern Turkey, and internal unrest. In 1923, under the Treaty of Lausanne, a population exchange took place between Greeks and Turks, and the treaty's agreement included the Christian, Greek-speaking or not, inhabitants of Pontus as well as those of the rest of Asia Minor. The majority of Pontic refugees who came to Greece at that time were settled in the regions of Macedonia and Thrace, while many sought refuge in the USSR. Pontians who had converted to Islam remained in Turkey. For a truly authentic finish, the original Pontic Sarmades recipe is provided in the description.